Hello. I must say, he's in a bit of a foul mood today, old grumpy old hog, so I thought I'd get a few words in first, because I must say I'm absolutely over the moon this week. We used to be the laughing stock of the Star Wars universe. Since 1983, we've had to put up with endless ridicule. We had a short break when Jar Jar come along, bless him, but really, really, it was only a short-lived break. We've really had it hard since 1983. To be fair, we've just kept ourselves to ourselves on Endor since then. We've kept our little heads down, to be fair, but no more. No. Those wonderful people at Dismal Minus have really helped the cause with their latest show. On top of Kenobi, on top of Book of Boba Fett, now we have Mandalorian Series 3. Some of the most ridiculous dialogue and childish storytelling is really letting us off the hook, and I applaud you one and all. This latest episode of Mandalorian makes me and my colleagues look positively Shakespearean, and I applaud it. And long may your reign continue, Dismal Minus. You carry on the good work and don't listen to grumpy humans like geekyOlhog. Oh, it's got to be better than this, isn't it? It's got to be better than this. This is getting ridiculous now. How stupid, how many excuses for bad storytelling and editing and directing do we just let slide because it's Star Wars? I've had enough of it. They have to do better. This ain't no good. This ain't no good at all for anyone. In the name of entertainment and in the name of storytelling, in the name of anything that has been put together professionally, we can't keep saying that they all mean well. Oh, Jon Favreau, he means well. It's all down to Kathleen Kennedy. We can't keep saying it. We can't keep saying it. Because we keep ending up with shit like this in the name of Star Wars, and that's why it's in the toilet. This franchise is in the toilet. And yes, I'm angry because I've still got the membership card from the original Star Wars fan club. I watched that film when I was 10. But do you know what? What you could get away with in 1977, you can't get away with now. But it's bollocks what they're doing to us. It's an insult now, week after week after week. It's a fucking insult. It really is. Just insulting my intelligence. And I'll tell you what, that takes a lot of doing because I haven't got a lot of it before any of you comment. I've got the right hump with it. I've got the right hump with the whole lot of it. They've got to be doing better. The money they've got hundreds of millions of, well, not at the moment, but they did have. They've got all the money and the resources in the world. And when they put that all together, this is what they shit out. This is what they shit out. And it isn't this episode in particular, right, that's made me... It's the culmination of all of this shit that they've just been dumping on our head. And it runs down our face, and they want us to lick each other clean with it. Well, it's fucking ridiculous, it is. I can't stand it no more. Like, I've just reached the end of... I sat there watching this episode thinking, what? Nothing makes sense. I don't mind the odd little plot hole. And look, I can hear myself saying, it's Star Wars. I've said it on these videos. Oh, it is Star Wars. So, but no, it's absolute shit now. It's just a load of lazy storytelling, and this'll do, and it's only Star Wars, so we can't take it too seriously. I don't mind a robot with emotions. I don't mind a couple of aliens with rubber fingers or a funny face and some scales. I don't. It's Star Wars, yes, but it doesn't have to be this shit. It really. Oh. I'm so. I do apologise on behalf of. On behalf of me, really. I suppose. I've just poured the fellow a stiff drink, and hopefully he'll be back. I think I can hear. I think I can hear things smashing in the background. I've got to go. I've got to go. A gin and tonic might sort him out. It certainly sorts me out. Anyway. I suppose I've got to go for it, ain't I? Anyway, I have had a stiff drink, by the way. I did have a lovely large gin and tonic to chill me right out after this. So we start off. Old Creed, we're back on the Varro. Old Creed's looking at the big old pirate ship over his head, right over the town. Well, I thought it was a bit of a city if they're going to start trading relations and all that, but apparently it's a town with about 20 people in it. And we find out later on in the episode, and he's looking up, goes out to the balcony because like he can hear a spaceship. And yeah, it's the big pirate ship from one of the other episodes. And in comes a robot waddling in and says, "Oh, hello. There's a pirate ship. Shall I start communications?" So it's just come into the planet's atmosphere, down to the town. No one. Have any of these robots any good? Like, have they got any sensors? Is there any radar? Is there any detection? If they're going to set up as a big trade, as a big trading pool, and all the money's going to flow in, and it's going to be utopia on the Varro, are they going to do it without at least a couple of radar stations to detect what happened to all of the previous Star Wars spaceship encounters where someone detects the spaceship entering the planet and all that, and you get asked for your code number? What happened to all that? Oh no, they just turn up, and the robots find out later. Well, they're useless. You might as well get rid of them. I don't know. Not exactly the most robust security system, is it? Like, if I'm going to do trade on that planet, I'm going to want a bit of protection, especially if my goods are valuable, because there's pirates all over the shop. They've just got no defence, not even a local militia. They just fire down. The pirate, Swamp Thing's back, and he says to Creed, like, you know, I'm gonna smash shit up. Basically, he's not really got a, is it revenge for the four? Has he suffered a loss of face in the pirate community? I don't know. I don't care. I really don't care, because it's a stupid setup. It's a stupid idea, and this is all stupid. It's just stupid beyond belief. The whole lot of it. So, old Creed, he's in a bit of bother now, isn't he? He gets on the dog and bone to an X-wing, the nearest X-wing squadron. Oh, right, they're on a holiday planet. They're chilling out on the Delphi. They're all having it. They're chilling out. They're at the bar. He gets a message to this X-wing pilot, and he's in the bar, and he doesn't go back to his office or anything like that, or back to the barracks. Nothing like that. They were just all They're all walking around, chilling out. The sun's out. All the X-wings are there. They've got all the setup. Lovely. And he's just at the bar. He can't be bothered to leave the bar. He just asked the barman, "Oh, can I use your viewer to view this? I don't want to do it in private. It could be anything. It could be his old woman sending him a message like, it's the Adelphi planet's equivalent of Valentine's Day saying, look what you've got when you get home. It could be anything, but no, I'm going to sit in the bar. I'm going to sit in the bar and just let everyone see the message. So the big alien comes in. He must be a mechanic. I don't know if he's in the unit. I've only just thought of this. Like, how can he fit in an X-wing? But he might be a mechanic. Might be a part of the technical, or he might just be there as because it's a big holiday camp. He might be part of the entertainment. Because he talks a bit like me actually. But he does warn him. He says, good luck, because the pilot's off to Coruscant now, because he's just been told by the alien that, oh, we ain't getting no communications. Now, he should know this because it looks like he's a bit of a captain here in the holiday camp. But he doesn't know. He has to be told by this big alien. Has to be told. Nothing makes sense on an adult level at all. And I'm not 10 anymore. I'm getting angry again. But what this does is provides us more opportunity for walking and talking. So we see him flying, we see him landing, we see him walking, and he goes to have a chat with. He's gone all the way to Coruscant, yeah, this X-wing fighter pilot, to talk to a requisitions manager. He works in requisitions, this fella. And this X-wing pilot has gone to him to tell him about the trouble on Coruscant. Sorry, not Coruscant, on Navarro. And he plays a little bit of it and he goes, oh yeah, it does look like they're in a bit of bother, doesn't it? But it's nothing we can do. So now, how boring is it that the New Republic is now this kind of big grey bureaucracy where they can't help anyone? No, there's no help for anyone. How boring is that? I know they need it to be that way for this silly story to play out, this pathetic piece of entertainment to play out. But how boring is it to have all of these people that were in the rebellion years gone by, now are all sitting behind desks? They're all bureaucrats now. How absolutely, what a tired, boring trope of an idea that is what's happened to the rebellion. They've all become boring bureaucrats. They've got to do better than that. Oh, Shortback and Sides is back. It happens to be the department she works in. And this bloke is asking her now. He's asking her, oh, have you ever heard of Navarro? Because he hasn't. He doesn't tap away at any technology. He doesn't. You'd think there might be something along the lines of a Siri or an Alexa where he could just say, tell me about Navarro. No, he don't do none of that. There's nothing there. He hasn't even got a laptop. He just asked her, have you heard of Navarro? Oh, yeah, I have, yeah. Even though it's a planet out in the outer rim. Yeah, I've heard of it. And she says, nah, let them suffer. And the X-wing pilot's going, oh, that's very imperious of you, because he's noticed the old badge on her chest, you know what I mean? It's just silly. Come on, guys. We can't accept this, can we? we just can't accept this. And she ain't the best actress either. Neither's the guy sitting down. The X-wing fighter pilot's all right. Just as a little aside, who cares? That really doesn't matter how good of an actor you are. You can't work with this, with shoveling this shit through your mouth via your tongue. I don't know how they do it, to be fair. I've said this before, I hope they're getting paid a load of dough. Because Shortback and Sides, she was decent in Quantum Mania as the warrior woman. She was decent. So, yeah, I'm going to take that back. Because it's the crap they're getting told to read out. And how else can you read it out? And how else can you read it out? Especially when all the Mandalorians wearing their helmet. You cannot emote anything. You can't emote anything. They just stand there like that. Mando has a big rousing speech towards the end. I'm jumping, but just on this while we're on this subject. But all the Mandalorians do is they stand there with their faces covered, so you can't see nothing, you can't hear anything because it's all kind of filtered through a and everything is like this. I am saying something. I am really angry at you now. I love you now. I feel nothing for you now, which is how I feel watching this pile of shit. So the pirate ship, we go back to Navarro now. Oh my God, what's happening to the townsfolk? Surely they all died because this big pirate ship is lasering the town. Surely, just if you don't like them, you even want to take over the town, don't you? Land all your pirates, kill them all, rape them all, do what you want with them, yeah. And you've got all your bars, like obviously they've got a big thing. The main pirate who they let go in the other episode, he's got a big thing about this school not being a bar anymore. It's got right on it. It's got right on his nerves, and he wants to drink a beer at that location on that planet. So good for him. Good for him. He's come back, brought his governor with him. They're bombing the town, but surely that big ship could just obliterate it. Just drop some napalm on it and boom. No, they're being a bit selective. And 20 people, I don't know if all the rest have been killed, but they've all walked out into the desert now. They don't take shelter anywhere. They run into the desert with no supplies, anything. They all run out into the desert. Absolutely pathetic. It's not like refugees fleeing a war zone when you would at least, I know you're panicking, you've got to take something with you. You've got to take something. But no, so we see them all wander out of town because it's getting bombed. now we're back to the old X-Wing pilot, and he's gone off to the moon that the Mandalorians are on. And normally they're out on the beach, aren't they? Normally they're out on the beach training, or an old Grogu. Got to mention him, haven't I? We see him once. Yes. But normally he's on the beach playing with the crabs, isn't he? And the Mandalorians are all jumping around on their jetpacks and that. But no, the X-Wing pilot has tracked the Mandalorians because of the R5 robot that Curly sold Mandalorian in episode 2 or 3, whatever episode, I don't care. Whatever episode it was, do you remember that R5 robot? The crap, shitty thing that don't really work properly? That Mando said he needed to sniff out the gas on Mandalore? Sniff out the gas. I tell you what, I need an R5 robot to sniff out the gas at Dismal Minus for emanating this shocking. Shocking. So this X-Wing pilot, I don't know how he knows that the Mandalorian bought an R5 robot from Curly, because that's how he's found out the Mandalorian secret base, because he's tracked the R5 robot. Unless they were personal friends from the rebellion. Yeah, that sounded stupid, didn't it? That sounded right stupid, didn't it? But yeah, they are. Ay caramba. They were friends from the rebellion. Because they've got the Mandalorians got the right hump, but they was all hiding in their cave. I don't know if they've set up a lookout. A bit like on Navarro, no one's got any lookouts on that, but you just drift in and out, like anyway, just wander around anywhere. But I think now the Mandalorians have got some lookouts, because when the X-Wing pilot tracks down the R5 unit. They're all in the rocks, aiming at him, saying, "Oh, you found us now. We've either got to kill you. We're going to kill you now you found us." Apparently, this is the way. Oh, God, they must walk around at Lucasfilm now. They must walk around and they write a bit of scripts and they say, "This is the way." And they go, "Yeah, this is the way." I tell you what, this ain't my way. This ain't my way. Anyway, this is where the speech, this is where Mandalorian says, "I think we should all go and save this fella." And there's exposition. And the big geezer, we're all painless. He goes, "Well, you and Bo-Katan, you've done me a good turn." So, because it's all going a bit wobbly, like Mandalorian's trying to get the gang together and they're saying, "What? Really? Creed? He's a thing? No, we don't like him. We don't like Creed." And old Mando's saying, "Nah, come on. He actually ain't even saying that. He's saying, we should help him because he has helped me." And then the big fella goes, "I am with the Mandalorian," because they can't do anything else under the armour. They're not allowed because that's the way. Absolute dire straits. This show is in absolute dire straits. So we got. They all set off. It's decided because the big fella said, and it's true. And now I'm seeing the magic. Now I'm seeing the threads of all the previous episodes come to fruition. Because the big fella says, "Well, Bo-Katan and old Mando helped me out when my kid was in trouble with the big bird." With Big Bird. Oh, the gin's kicking in now. Oh, fuck. So, just before they all ship out, Bo-Katan stops them and says, "Right, I'm going to drop you all off and you've got to act like a military unit." All right then. All right, what does that mean? We got to drop us off and we shoot shit? I don't know. What does that mean? Act like Oh, but at least that lets us know as an audience member that Bo-Katan's going to drop them off and they're going to shoot stuff. Great. Absolutely great. I'm glad they cleared that up for me. So they swoop in. Now they're on Navarro. They've left the moon and now they're on Navarro. They come down. Old Bo-Katan's in a big ship. Mando's in his one. And he swoops in on the pirate ship. Like that, as quick as that. And shoots like, lands a, so they've got no sensors either. Like that. Because the little fella tells Swamp Thing about this ship attacking them after he's just he swoops in. And Swamp Thing knows that's the Mandalorian. This spaceship's come out of nowhere, gone poof, poof, pew, pew, and blown up a bit of his spaceship. And I might as well keep swearing, mightn't I? Because I'm going to be demonetised for this one anyway. And he fucks off. And he goes, "That's the Mandalorian." Oh. The dialogue now. Oh, the dialogue. So you've got that little pirate that's got it right in for the Mandalorian. Now they've sent out all the pirate ships from the big pirate ship. Now it's all kicking off. On the positive side, all of the CGI in this show is superb. Just going to take a quick break from this mockery and say, on a positive note, the CGI is superb in this. I really do like the way they've done the swooping and the fighting. It's just a shame that the other 98% of the show is so inept. But the CGI is great. And So they're being told to blast that ship. This is the level of dialogue. Blast that ship. Avast ye, pirates, blast that ship. And then another one saying, don't let him get away. Surely this is all implied. Surely this is all implied when you launch your fighters to attack. When Captain Swamp Thing says, launch all the fighters, ye, and attack that, and get that ship, get that Mandalorian over yonder. But we have to add the dialogue in. Like, someone's got to say something. And then the main pirate thug that's got the right hump, he goes through he's in his fighter and he's chasing the Mandalorian. He goes, you won't get away this time. I wish I could get away. Wish I could get away. But I'm going to end all of this on a positive note. The street fighting, the final, I couldn't be bothered to time it. It might be, it's probably 5 minutes, where they land 2 teams of Mandalorians, is pretty cool. Nevertheless, it is still done in a very, very immature way. They don't act like a military unit. You see a little bit of one moves in front of the other one and he lifts his gun up as if like they've trained with a SWAT team for 3 weeks to get the moving right. No, you haven't. It still looks like a few cosplayers in an old Wild West town in the desert that's been derelict for years, playing around at Star Wars. That's exactly what he looks like. There is a good scene with the armourer woman where she goes in, there's this big gun and it's got everyone pinned down. The big geezer turns up with old painless and giving it like boop, 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 which was pretty cool. There's some cool bits in it. Fleeting. They are very fleeting, because then we get back to the crap again. But another good bit is when she goes in there with her hammer. She could have been dragging that across the ground, couldn't she? But then again, it would have maybe. But it doesn't. Oh, anyway. She knocks them all in, does them all in with her hammer and saves the day. Lovely. Lovely. Anyway, so that's the ground battle sorted. We've still got for some reason, the pirate captain, he's had 3 engines shot out of his 4. Forgive me if that's, or 5 out of his 6. He's got 1 engine left. But instead of thinking straight as a captain and saving your ship and thinking, I really need to limp away here and come back and come back and give him a slap, give him a slap another day. Oh, no, he's all in now. No guts, no glory. Doesn't make any sense, but who cares at this point? So he's decided, he's seen them in the desert for some reason. They've only walked a little way. Like the town's here, and they've only walked to here. They haven't fled very far. You can see them. He can see them. The pirate bloke can see them. They've just walked out of town. About 20 of them. It's not a very big town, unless the clever ones, all the intelligent ones, are in there in a bunker or a basement somewhere, or in a. I don't know where you would go, but the 20s decided to fire on the 20 people walked out in the desert. Mando and Bo-Katan, in their very well accomplished CGI dogfight, have done away with everyone. Now they're targeting the big pirate ship that is right above the town with 1 engine. What do you think they decide to do? Blow up his other engine. Right above the town. But, as luck would have it, they succeed and it veers off all the way over there and misses the town and just crashes into the mountain. Yay! And the 20 people that wandered out with old Creed, they all go, yay! Oh, it's got to be better than this, isn't it? It's got to be. We can't put up with this, can we? We can't. Come on. We can't. Even if I was 10 years old, if I was that 10-year-old boy watching this, oh, come on. And if they're aiming it at kids now, why put a 12 plus on it? I noticed on this episode, 12 plus. I wish some of the writers, Favreau needs a little sit down, doesn't he? He needs a little sit down and he needs a little chat. Just not to say that he's entirely, he's directed some great films that I've really enjoyed. But he's worked with other people. He's either directed a film written by someone else, or he's either written something directed by someone else, vice versa. You can't leave, but writing, just as a mate, just put your arm around him and say, John, I love you to bits, mate, but writing isn't your thing, is it? So they all go, yay! And then the last piece of story, we get is our X-Wing pilot. He's just having a little wander around. He's having a little look about. He's just out in space in his X-Wing. Don't know why. If he's on patrol, he's on patrol in the vastness of space. He stumbled across, I'm just going to say it, he stumbled across the carrier that had all the prisoners on it, including Moff Gideon. And now he realises, this is one of the threads. This is one of, this is how we're all supposed to think. Oh my God, this is all tying together. All the strands of the previous episode, they're all coming together. They are, but I still maintain this is one bucket load of shit with flies on it. Sorry, it is. We've got to wake up sometime. We've all got to wake up sometime. How much of this swill? It is. They're taking the piss now. They're taking the piss. They have got to do so much better than this. They've got to. Got to. And he knows he finds it, he sends the little sensor in. It's a shame that the R5 didn't have that little sensor, or anything. These spaceships didn't have the sensor. Anyway, that's another episode. But anyway, sends a little sensor in, and you get like one of those under the sea, like those deep sea images, like of where the torchlight is moving around. Ooh, spooky. And he spots through the sensor. Oh, X-Wing pilot goes, that's a fragment of Beskar armour. Of course it is. Now what do we think's going to happen? Dun, dun, dun. Oh my God, the Mandalorians are going to get blamed for rescuing Moff Gideon. Because that's as easy as it gets. That's as simple. Stupid is as stupid does. And until next week, me and Wicket are going to bid you adios. Oh. Is it